So from there, you do your tour and you come back and everything. So from there, from Oklahoma and everything, where do you go next? What's the next
Korea.
chapter?
Go to
Korea.
Korea.
So how was the experience like out there?
Different. I got married out there.
Okay, okay, that's cool.
Still
That's cool.
technically still married.
Okay.
Still married 18 years.
So what? Um. So how did you end up meeting your wife, and how was that experience leading up to the marriage?
I met my wife through a friend of a friend, I should say.
Okay.
So we were out having lunch together. Then after that, we just started talking, and then it just kept going over time. We kept going, meeting, hanging out together, hanging out even more, talking, hanging out, getting to know each other a lot better, and then it grew from there.
Got you.
And then a year later, got married.
Okay. So you're
But
in. Okay.
but my thing is that I should have had somebody closer to me telling me not to do it.
Man, I feel the same way. So from there, you're
But
in Korea now. Now you're married and everything. So a lot of different things has happened in your life. From there, what's the next chapter?
Fort Gord, Georgia, for my first med board,
Okay.
and then back to Korea again.
Okay.
And then from that, I did a lot of UFG exercises, Japan, went to Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, places like that. I've been to Australia. I've been to all these places that people wish they can go. I went on like boss trips to go.
Right.
But Ireland is beautiful. I recommend anybody goes. It's
Okay.
amazing.
Got you.
Uh, After that, got back, did my last year in 2009, left Korea, ended up in Colorado.
All right. So from there, we end up meeting each other. So
Yeah.
so what was your experience like when you first got there? How did you feel about uh, Colorado, Colorado Springs,
You mind
Colorado?
if do you mind if I curse right now? Because I really.
Now we want to keep it. We want to
All
keep
right.
it clean.
Okay,
You
I'll keep
can
it PG.
you can
Okay.
paraphrase if you want to though.
All right. Well, certain people when I got to the unit
Okay.
were obnoxious,
For sure.
but when they met me, they thought I was just a regular E5.
And what
I
is
came in with
E5 for the,
experience.
for the people that don't know that don't have a military
I'm
background?
sorry.
What
I
for
was
the
I
people?
was a
Okay,
I was a sergeant.
there we
I
go.
was a sergeant promote. I was a sergeant promotable when I got to the
Okay,
unit.
okay,
Um, I had experience, so I had a lot of awards. I had a lot of decorations when I left my last unit because I came from a high standard unit to this unit. So everything I had, I built up myself from my last unit and tried to bring it to this unit.
okay,
But then I had to start all over again, coming to this unit all over again
okay.
to have mechanics, i.e., NCO mechanics that didn't know what they were doing.
Right,
So that kind of took the cake for people like you have inexperienced NCOs who don't know what they're doing.
right. True. So now you're in Colorado, and like I know you had stated already that you are married. So
Hmm.
did that create any challenges for your marriage with things being long distance at this point?
Yep, a lot.
Okay. What would you say to anybody that's in a long distance relationship like that are going through the challenges that they're going through? What would you recommend them do?
If work through it. Don't let anything stop you. If you love her more than anything in this world, don't give up.
Okay.
Fight through it. Like if your family is the most important thing to you, never give up for it. Because a lot of
Okay.
people they're quick to give up, move on.
That's true.
But if you both agree on it and you both decide to part ways respectfully.
Mm.
Don't let it go bad. Don't let it go to the hard ways, because some try to be disgruntled and get mad and try to go after the husband. Just, all right, we're done. You agree on it. I agree on it. Sign it. Get it out the way. Y'all both move on. Live a
Right.
happy life.
Okay, for sure. So from there, where you're in Colorado, um,
Hmm.
so what happens? Does anything happen next while you're there? Do you, you know, you get stationed anywhere else, or do you do any more tours overseas, or what's the next step?
After Colorado, I left in 2011. I went to ALC in Fort Lee, Virginia, got my classes done so I can get Pen D6. Didn't get Pen
Okay.
D6,
But
but
quick question:
um,
did you do any more tours to combat zone when you were in Colorado?
no. Yeah, I did. I did. We
Okay.
did go.
Okay.
We went.
Okay.
And
How
then
was
I came back. That's when I went with you guys.
okay? Now, how was that? Because you were married, like I said, you already were in Colorado away from your wife, but now you're overseas, and now
Hmm.
you can't talk to her that much. I know you probably haven't seen her in a long time, but what did you do out there to kind of handle the challenge that you were going through out? Now you're away from your family, you're away from your
For
wife, and you're around all these new people. So what are you doing to handle that?
excuse me, I tried to email her from time to time saying, "Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm all right." She'll ask me how am I doing. I'm all right.
Okay.
But then when R&R came, I put in my vacation, had to sign papers for waivers just so I can go over there and go see her.
Okay.
So my R&R, rather than me coming back to the States, I spent time with them in the Philippines.
Okay. And how was that?
It was fun for the most part.
Okay.
And then coming back was the hardest part because I didn't want to leave.
Got you. So you come back to was it Iraq?
We came back to Iraq.
So you came back to Iraq. You finish up your time there. You go back to the
Hmm.
states. What happens next with the rest of your time in Colorado?
Basically, work
Okay.
and try to get my wife there. She's tried to do her paperwork, done her paperwork, got everything started. To find out, all of a sudden, she just wrote me out the blue. I want a divorce.
Hmm. So how did
Sent her the divorce.
okay?
Sent her the divorce papers.
Hmm.
I just got an excuse. I can't print these out. I can't sign these.
Hmm.
Send them to her again. I can't print these out. I can't sign these. That's two. You know what? Let's work it out. Then she called the chain of command telling them I'm not supporting her. I'm not taking care of her. I'm neglecting her. I'm abandoning her. Chain of command told me I need to move off post because I'm married. So I had to pay for an apartment off post. I
Hmm.
can't pay for two households off the income I'm making
That's
because I'm paying rent, utilities, car note, insurance, and utility bill, and I have to put food in the house
right. So you're
as well
dealing
as
with
send money to her.
for sure. So you're dealing with a lot. And you know, you
But
strong. You strong. I'm gonna tell you this. You are so strong for being able to handle all that stuff and still be able to get up, go to work, do your job. It's so powerful. This story is so powerful. Like people can really learn a
and
lot from
still
this.
and still never let it bother you because the thing about it is if you let it eat at you, it'll destroy you.
Absolutely.
And I
So
learned that a long time ago.
right, and that's powerful. It's powerful. People need to take notes. So from there, you're dealing with the divorce. You're in Colorado.
Hmm.
Like you said, you're getting up, you're going to work every day. You have your apartment. You're doing what you got to do. From there, what happens next?
I go to Germany. I get
Okay.
orders to go to Germany.
Okay.
Come down on orders to Germany. I pack all my stuff. They put my stuff on the truck. I go to ALC en route. Come back for 2 weeks. Visit everybody. Tell everybody hi, bye.
Right.
Do my final goodbye, and then I go to Germany.
Okay.
Get as soon as I get to Germany, I get put on staff duty. Germany is a different ball game,
Okay.
but it's a learning experience.
Right. So
Sent to
from
divorce. What's up, little brother?
all right. So no, go
Oh,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't know what you were gonna say. Go ahead.
oh no, you're good. I was stopping. I was pretty much
Okay.
looking at something.
So from there, you're in Germany. You're in the middle of divorce. You're dealing with all that. How does your military career advance from that point? Do you end up continuing, or what's going on with that?
They keep pushing for my med board, so
Okay.
I put in for the med board practice, and then they start the med board process.
So what is a med board for the people that don't know what that is?
The medical review board process is to see if you're physically fit, mentally fit to be still competent to be in the military.
Okay.
So me, I wasn't medically fit to still be in the military because they put me down for having COPD,
Okay.
chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is a disease of the lungs.
Okay.
And to find out, I could have stayed in the military
Oh wow.
because I only had chronic asthma.
Okay. So
But it
so
is what it is.
mhm.
So
So from at that point, so what year are we talking right now? What
this is
year is this?
2011. 2000, this is 2010, 2011. 2011, I left. 2012, I got out of the military.
Okay. So from there,